Hi everyone. Tonight I'm going to be making some stewed apples for my granddaughter. So I'm going to start and show you how I do them. They're very simple, very quick, and a brilliant way to use apples from the allotment. So I don't need much. I need my apples, obviously, peeler, knife, pot, and some water to cover. And then I've got my jars all ready for putting them into. And then I'm going to steam these because I want them to, or pressure can them, because I want them to last. I don't want them to go off too quickly. They can keep for about 2 weeks in the fridge, no problem. But this I want them to last, so I'm going to steam these in my canner. Pause. I forgot my bag. I pressed pause because I forgot to get the water. So I've got the water already. It's just tap water. So now I've started peeling my apples. These are nice and sweet. But even when they're not sweet, to be honest, for Martha, I just make them and I don't put any sugar. There's no need. They don't need any sugar in them. And they make a nice pudding, not just for babies, but for adults as well, because you can have it as it is. You could put some cinnamon, you could put some honey on it. Yeah, whatever tickles your fancy. So what I do is I'm going to cut the apples. What I'm doing is I'm avoiding the seed in the middle, cutting away from it. And then I make them into small cubes, so that I'll probably cut into 3. You see the size, so they're not big pieces. They just to try and make it as small as possible. Oops. And then they go into my pot. So this is 4 apples, all different sizes, but it should make enough to fill the 6 bottles, or close enough. Close enough. This is just another way of using the apples from the allotment, because at the moment there's so many. So when we went there the other day, one of the guys there gave us some. I like that as the years have gone on of Derek having an allotment and being on the allotment, that we've learned how to use almost everything that he grows, well, what we get from other people. If I'm not stewing apples, then I'm making apple cider vinegar, which we've got a whole 10 liters growing there at the back of me. I'll show you that another time, our apple cider vinegar. But it's just nice to use everything up that is grown, especially when somebody's put the time into it to grow it. Two more. This one's been a bit accidental use, but I think it should still be okay. But I don't want to put anything that's not okay in because I'm preserving it. I think I'm going to leave that one. It's a bit battered and bruised, but I can eat that. My old trusted peeler. I think I've had this for over 20 years. I love this peeler. Cheapest chips probably in 99p or something, but it's the best. And I've tried to find it again, I can't find it, so I just keep pushing on with my old faithful. I've got different ones in the drawer, but I don't know, they're not the same. I got a bit of seed there, so I'll just cut that seed bit out. quick, nice and easy, doesn't take long. When I put the water to cover, I boil them for about 15 minutes and it'll be nice and soft by then. And then put them in the jars, and then I will steam them for only 15 minutes because the fruit is already cooked. It's just to make sure that the jars are sealed and no air goes in them so that they preserve for longer. I hope people can hear me because I am trialing out a new mic. He's laughing. He's behind the camera. A new mic, a new camera stand. So I am trying to hopefully make these videos a little bit better than in the beginning when I first started. So yeah, here's my apples all ready, all chopped up. Like I said, a few minutes. And then all I'm doing is putting water to cover. These are nicely covered. And I will boil them. Not too high. Turn that down a little bit. So there we go. All ready. I will find the lid and I'll put the lid on the stove. My trusted assistant is going to pass me my lid. Yeah, I get better, I think, at getting everything that I need. You know, like not forgetting the water for the lid. But yeah, anyway, so there they go. They're going to boil now for 15 minutes and then I will come back and I will show you the next process. Hi everyone, I'm back. My apples are now nice and stewed. See how nice and soft they are. Because they are very quickly. Especially the homegrown ones that haven't traveled from far. They're nice and fresh, so that's what I want. A nice soft puree, apple puree. And then now all I'm going to do is start to fill up my sterilized jars. I've gone for the smaller ones because I feel like that's like one portion for her. But you could put them in a bigger jar if you were doing larger portions. Entirely up to you. So because the jars have all been sterilized, I don't need to do anything. Just trying not to touch inside. So I'm using the funnel. Not so sure I'm gonna get 6, but anyways. Even many I get, that'll be good anyways. Nice, fresh, organic. So yeah, I put too much. So what I'm going to do is just scoop some out with my spoon. I don't want to overfill them. I've got my fork just to get rid of all the air bubbles inside. As much as I can. Make sure I fill them up properly and just pushing out the air bubbles. So that's one done. I'm not filling them past here, like the neck of the bottle, so that it gives it space that when I put them in the pressure canner, they're gonna bubble up and boil. So they got space to bubble up and boil. I get 3. But if I keep making every time they bring some apples from the allotment, it will make a nice little stash of nice fresh organic apples that she can have through the months. Like I said, they're lasting up to a year. As long as they're nicely sealed and not opened. Once you open it, obviously you just put it in the fridge like any normal can and use it up within a reasonable amount of time. Okay, 2 down. My pot is like going to fall off the plate. As I'm hoping it's not. Just balance it properly. Don't topple everywhere. again, I'm just getting rid of as much air bubbles as I can. I think there's a special little tool that you can get to remove air bubbles, because even when I do the tomatoes in the jars, I have to get rid of the air just to make sure that everything, the jars are nicely filled. It's so lovely and white, these apples, whereas when I buy store apples and I make stewed apples for her, they come out brown. They go brown. I just think these are just nice and fresh and probably raw. But even when they go brown, they're still nice. I just said she does like it. I'm sure anyone will like this. Like I say, even as an adult, you can have this as a pudding. Oops. Just have like a spoonful left. But I'm not going to risk it by overfilling them because I want them to have space to boil up. See that nicely. Few things about the that I can't get. I have to invest in that little too. I'm sure it's only a couple of pounds. But it just helps to get rid of air bubbles where your fork or frozen spoon can't get to. Okay. So that's it. That's done. Got 4. But not bad. Not bad. I thought I'd get 6. I've got some apple cider vinegar, and what I'm doing with apple cider vinegar is I'm cleaning the rims of the jars to make sure that I clear off anything like if I touched it by mistake or whatever, just to make sure that everything is as sterilized as I possibly can get it. So that's what I'm doing now, clearing the rim and of any apples that have gone down the side of the lid. Like this one's got a little bit. So just making sure everything is as sterile and clean as possible, so that no bacteria gets in and they last for a long time. When I put the lids on, I don't put them on too tight. Literally just like that. Because what happens is as they boil in the pot, the steam makes them seal themselves, so they don't need to be put on too tight. They say finger tight. There we go. So there's my 4 jars in my steamer, and this is my steaming pot. It's got a gauge on it, and depending on where you live in the world, you pick your zone. We are in zone 1, which is the green zone. So it's got a little hole at the back that vents out any steam. So I just make sure that that hole is pointing against the wall, so that as the pan boils, I don't accidentally burn myself with it. So I'll put the pot on now, and it takes about 10 minutes to boil up and get ready into the right zone for the temperature. So I'm just gonna turn that down. I don't want it to boil too fast, but anyway. So about 10 minutes, it gets up to temperature. It goes into the correct zone for where I live, which is here in England. And then I will come and I will turn it down, and then I start timing my jars from that point, from when it reaches the correct temperature. That's when I start timing the jars. And I'm going to boil these, like I said, for 15 minutes. They don't need to boil for too long. I just want them to boil, steam up, so they seal up, and then they can last for months. I'll be back in a minute. I'm back now, and my pot is all done. The 15 minutes is up. I didn't realize in the last video that you couldn't see the pot, and really all you could see was my chin. But yeah, I am ready to take the jars out of the pot now, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, I'm back now. I'm about to take my jars out. Oh, you see the steam. Lots of steam coming out. ready. There we go. I started a couple of minutes ago, so but all done. They're very hot, but they'll seal. So at the minute it's raised a little bit, but as they cool, the lids will pop down and create the seal, and they are good to go. Hope you've enjoyed my first cooking video. It's had a few blips and blunders, but yeah, I've had a laugh. But I hope that you'll try it. At least somebody will try and make some. And I pray that you have a blessed week, and don't forget, laugh. Life's too short not to. Bye.